Bonjour, whistle watchers, bienvenue en Nantes. Now we've got your Emirates fans questions, whistle watch and whistle stop tour to come.
That is fantastic. Don't tell my mum I'm eating food off the table.
Allons-y. Let's go. Let's get into this week's whistle watch. Let's start off with the Desithia yellow card, which was sent to the bunker and then upgraded. So this reaches the yellow card thresholds, which means it's foul play, which means it then gets sent to the bunker. In this instance, it reaches all the criteria of a red card for the bunker, and therefore the player is correctly red carded. Let's have a look at the Samoa game. Tamatane, yellow card. Now this one has stayed a yellow card. So let's see what happens here then. We have foul play. We have head contact. So we again reach the threshold for a yellow card. The officials then send it to the bunker to be reviewed. Now the bunker look at it, and if you notice here, there is contact shoulder to shoulder first of all. So there in the view of the bunker, it means that there is a low degree of danger in their view. And because of the low degree of danger, it then stays quite correctly so at the yellow card. Now just remember one thing here, even though it's shoulder to shoulder contact first, if they felt that the head contact was still a high degree of danger, irrelevant that it's shoulder to shoulder first, then they could have upgraded it to a red card. But they didn't feel there was a high degree of danger, and that's the reason we are still on a yellow card. Now then, let's have a look at this disallowed try in the New Zealand-Italy game. Some of you were scratching your heads on this one. Pretty straightforward really, this one. So when you're tackled, so imagine now you're running at pace, you're tackled. When you hit the ground, you are supposed to place or release the ball immediately. Okay, you can't continue to crawl on the ground or propel yourself forward. You can hit the ground, you can reach for the try line as long as that reach is immediately, or if momentum takes you forward. So imagine you're running at speed and you're tackled, there is going to be momentum. If that momentum means that you have rolled forward and gone over the try line, but it was actually the momentum of you carrying the ball and being tackled, then the try would have been allowed. But what happens here, he's tackled and then he adds that own movement forward himself. So it's not momentum, it's actually an extra illegal roll, which is not allowed, hence because we know what the ball carrier has to do. He has to release or place the ball or do something with it immediately. An extra roll is not allowed unless it's momentum. So quite rightly so, the try was disallowed. Oh, what an exciting game Fiji-Georgia was. If you're a Fijian supporter, you'd have been pretty nervous, I would have thought. Let's have a look at the Randara yellow card. What you need to do is to try or have a realistic opportunity to regard the ball. So if you go for an interception, it doesn't really matter if you go with one hand or both hands. If the referee feels that you have a realistic opportunity to regard the ball and you don't, it will become a knock-on. But if the referee feels there was no way you had a chance of regarding the ball, it then becomes a deliberate knock-on. And what we have here is a really, really good on-field decision by the referee and the assistant referee working together as well. So we don't need to stop and go and look at the screen and the TMO. Really good, strong refereeing on-field decision. More of that, please. Well, that's it for Whistle Watch this week. Pretty straightforward, wasn't it? Let's have a look at your Emirates fans questions now. Right then, let's have a look at your Emirates fans questions. At Thomas Colton asks, please explain the rationale for touch positioning when players are kicking a penalty to touch. Now, I know exactly what you're on about here. You're on about the assistant referee, or the touch judge, if you want to call him a touch judge, standing right behind the corner post. Doesn't really matter where the assistant referee stands, is that he's accurate in his decision making. So he needs to put himself wherever he feels is the best place to see, as accurate as he possibly can, where that ball went into touch. But also as well, remember, when teams are kicking for the corner, you need to make sure that the ball actually goes into touch and not misses and goes into touching goal, or it'll be a totally different outcome. Even when I was assistant referee as well, sometimes I would stand right in the corner flag because I could see then where the ball is going to go, because sometimes it's so tight to see which side of the corner post it goes. We won't argue over a few inches, will we? But we'll always argue over a few meters. At Graham Fleetwood asks, hi Nigel, a couple of questions. Where are the hooker's feet supposed to be when he puts the ball in at the line out? Now, a lot of you have been going on about this. The hooker's feet is supposed to be beyond the touchline. There are some examples, as some of you have highlighted, where the hooker's feet are clearly in the field of play. The referee should be managing it. And what I mean by managing is telling the hooker, hey, hang on, you're coming too far to the field of play. If a part of your feet are on the line or sort of in the field of play, it doesn't really matter. But when both feet are clearly in the field of play, it is something the referees need to be aware of and manage. Now, N. Constable asks, it seems that increasing incidence of chop tackles where defenders dive the ball carrier's knees with no attempt to wrap, typically front rowers near the goal line, but seems to be happening all over the pitch. Seems dangerous and difficult to overcome. It is dangerous if you're not using your arms. So a chop tackle is not an illegal tackle. It's a certain type of tackle where players go really low on the legs, like the specialist Dan Lydiat used to do and still does as well. So as long as you're wrapping your arms, it's not illegal. But if you're leading with the shoulder, then it becomes dangerous and it should be dealt with as foul play. Well, thanks very much for Emirates fans' questions. Keep them coming because I enjoy answering them. Now, as I'm in the northwest of France, Sarah Cox is still in Nice and she's going to give us some more Emirates travel tips.
I found myself a lovely cafe, all based around cyclists, so they were keeping that sporting theme. But what a wonderful view that we've got. We're across the port itself, just outside the centre of Nice, and we're going to go and grab ourselves a coffee. Oh, amazing.
Café du Cycliste is a French brand based in Nice, so that's why you have this shop here.
Yeah.
And it's this is like the historic place to have a coffee and to buy an outfit. And when you come here, you can rent a bike, like for road or gravel, and you can even rent shoes. So you just have to bring your outfit or to buy it here if you want. And when you travel, I think it's easier.
And it's so unique as well. And I love the shop there, kitting yourself out with some really stylish stuff. You can rent yourself a bike. You can grab yourself a set of shoes as well. You can pretty much pick up anything that you need to be able to cycle around some of the beautiful parts of Nice. So make sure you drop in, come say hi and grab yourself a wonderful coffee. So if you're looking for somewhere for lunch, I found myself at Castle Plage. You've got a lovely beach to the left where you can do some sunbathing, or to the right you've got this wonderful restaurant tucked in behind the rocks where you can have seafood, drinks and come and enjoy yourselves. So not only can you enjoy some fabulous cocktails, but the food here is unbelievable. This is definitely one of those places that I'd recommend just for the experience itself. So make sure you get down here if you're visiting Nice and enjoy the games and also enjoy the food that they have to offer.
Sarah, you really are living the dream there, aren't you, in Nice? But listen, I'm not too jealous because I'm enjoying my time in France as well this week. Well, Whistle Watchers, we're halfway through the Rugby World Cup. But another episode coming for you next week in Marseille. See you then. Aviante.